Hi, I'm Annie Ulichny, and I want to thank you for joining in for some meditation and mindfulness practice today. There's a saying that we use frequently in meditation that what we resist persists. And that is absolutely positively true for what we're going to be practicing with today, which is pain and physical discomfort. We have physical and emotional discomfort that exists, and it not only exists in our thinking mind, but it also absolutely exists in our body in a physical way. We know that through injuries and illness and things like that. And then also there is this physical emotional discomfort link that takes place within our emotions, which kind of builds this tension, this resistance. So we're going to be working with physical pain as it relates to making friends with it. And when we can make friends with our physical discomfort, our pain, the pockets of pain that we have in our body, we can soften and ease the experience of the pain from the inside out. And it makes it easier. We can't necessarily get rid of all of the pain, but we can make things easier for ourselves when we can work with it instead of fight against it. So the first thing we're going to do is think about right now a part of our body that you know causes you some challenge. And maybe it's a new thing, maybe it's an old nagging pain in some part of the body that's been going on for a long time. For me, right now, to give you an example, I'm struggling with the challenge of some pain in my shoulder caused by a pinched nerve that's been happening. And so I can get medical treatment for it, but then I can also treat myself and offer some self-support during my regular days as well as getting any kind of medical treatment. So what I'm going to do, and what we're all going to do, is find that place in our body that causes some pain and use some tapping. And the reason that we're going to tap, as you're sitting here in your comfortable posture, finding one place, paying attention to one place, the reason we're going to tap is twofold. The first is that a gentle tapping on the area that causes some kind of discomfort is a way to connect to it, to a part of our body, from not a place of frustration that we feel uncomfortable, but from a place of care. So we're connecting in a new way. I'm trying to take care of my shoulder myself right now. And then the second and really important way is that tapping and the other techniques we're going to do today have been proven with science and research to release endorphins. And endorphins not only boost our mood when they're released in our body, but they also are like an inner ibuprofen. It's a chemical that is a natural pain reliever. So by using this tapping, we can find one specific part of our body and give it tapping for a few minutes as we're at home or wherever we are, we have a few minutes and we're feeling some discomfort. You can use this tapping, and then you can release the tapping. And after a few minutes, the endorphins are being triggered in the body to cascade through and soothe any discomfort, release pain naturally. It's like the inner ibuprofen. So as we sit here now, and we're going to start our practices together for the rest of our time, make sure you're in your comfortable posture, upright and dignified. Feeling the spine is upright, having our hands in our laps, on our legs, if that's comfortable. Closing our eyes down. Noticing that your spine is upright, and when we do that, we can relax the shoulders, and we can also make sure that our lungs and our diaphragm and our rib cage are fully open and available for breathing. And just come into the here and now here. Feeling in that part of your body where you just were tapping. Using our felt sense and our mind's ability to focus. We can feel in, so we can feel, for me, it's feeling into my shoulder. Noticing the sensations that are taking place right now. I do feel a little tingling there. It's a little cooling sensation just from those few minutes of tapping. So experience for yourself the location you decided to tap on. And see if we can bypass the thinking mind and just move right in to the felt sense. What happens frequently is our thinking mind is what tells us about our pain. And so we don't always experience it directly for ourselves for a long enough period of time. As soon as we feel discomfort, we immediately start thinking about it and using our thought processes to evaluate how we feel, instead of really experiencing, becoming friends with the discomfort. So that's what today will be about. One of the techniques we're going to use right now is called fire breath. And so with this upright posture, you're really going to feel engagement in the diaphragm and the lower rib cage, the intercostal muscles of the rib cage. You're really going to feel them engage. I want you to pay attention and focus to this experience of the engagement of the breath. And the fire breath is really exerting on the exhale and letting the inhale come in all on its own. You don't have to breathe in. It will do it all on its own. And the exhale is going to be like we're breathing on, or we're blowing out candles on a cake. So we could imagine a big birthday cake in front of us, and we're going to use this fire breath about 12 times together. And breathe out, and the full focus is on the exhale and on the feeling in the diaphragm. You'll really feel your belly engaging in the breath. And this is another way to calm the nervous system and release endorphins and feel more calm, peace, less pain and stiffness and tension in the body. So we'll breathe out this fire breath, breathing out the candles on the birthday cake together here. We'll do about 12 together. So let's get going here. And just feel into the body. Notice the sensations in the body. Again, we're just turning down the inner voice and coming in a little bit more closely into the body. Using our full focus and awareness right here. Noticing any tingling, any shifting, kind of a live quality, electrical quality running through us when we use this exerted breath. So let's go ahead with 12 more of this fire breath, where we're imagining we're blowing out candles right in front of us on a birthday cake on the exhale, exerted exhale, and feeling the belly. Okay, let's get going. And allow the breath to breathe itself as we come in and just feel the sensations in the body. We could feel this cascading effect within us. It's a soothing, calming kind of an experience that could be a tingling running through the body. Starting to open, soften, create more of a gentleness within us. And this will also have an effect on our tension, our tightness, our discomfort, and our pain. We'll do one more set together of these 12 fire breaths. Okay, here we go. If you notice you're getting pulled into thoughts, just come back into the body. Notice the sensations of the body. Generally, and maybe specifically, into those tight pockets that give us challenge. Notice how the body feels. We might also notice that that inner voice starts to calm down also, even slightly. And then we've used a very specific technique with the tapping, a more general body technique with the fire breathing. And now we can kind of combine those two types of techniques in a way and move through the body. So we're feeling directly into the body. We're bypassing what we're thinking. We're bypassing the thoughts that are resisting us getting close to our pain, our discomfort. Our thoughts try to keep us separated from our pain. And we can bypass that with our felt experience, really feeling directly into the body, becoming friends with our body and our pain and our discomfort. And by doing that, we can ease and release and soften this pain and also develop a kind of a new relationship with it. So we'll come in through, using our focus, come in through the feet. We can bring the breath in through the feet, using our mind's ability to be very creative and imagine that the breath can come into the feet, using this felt sense, feeling into the feet. So we'll use the breath, we'll feel the feelings that are within the feet, and then we'll exhale together and we'll use this technique and move through the body. If you find there's a place in your body that really is, you're very challenged with, your lower back, your knees, shoulders, very specific places in the body, I want you to stop and really stay in that place as we move through the body. You stay in that place and take more breaths in and really explore the feelings a little bit longer, and then come and meet us wherever we are in the body as we move through. So this is your practice for you to really get more in touch with and make friends with the parts of the body that are very challenging. So we'll breathe in through the feet as we get started and just explore through the feet, through the ankles, through the joints, in the toes. Sometimes the joint and the big toe can be very painful for people. The arches of the feet, the ankles. Breathing in, really feeling directly. Using our alertness, our awareness, and our ability to soothe through this focus. We can soothe, bring breath in, feel, and the soothing comes from being really aware and paying close attention to it here. Feeling through the feet on the in-breath, being with it, and then releasing on the exhale, making an exhale out of the feet, just releasing, softening, opening up through the feet. And then we'll move through the calves and the shins and the bones in the lower leg, the knees, the joints. Check one knee, check the other knee. Experience the thighs, the hamstrings, the quads, the bones throughout our upper thigh. Really experiencing our legs, breathing in, imagining the breath coming in directly into the legs to help us really bring our focus there. We're riding the breath into the body to really get the felt experience of our legs and looking for any pain or discomfort. Feeling where it is and seeing if we can come up a little bit more closely to it. If we feel perhaps one of your knees is very uncomfortable and it might give you trouble during the day, can we come up to that place of that pocket of pain and see if we can make friends with it with our focus? And then release and let go. We might find these pockets of pain that shift, or maybe we don't feel them so much right now, but we might feel them later in the day. You can still use this very specific focused example and come right up, make friends with it, and see if it doesn't start to soften and ease slightly, even later on today, if you try this technique. We could come up into the pelvis, in the hip joints, through the lower back, the lower belly. There might even be issues with our digestive system, with our lower back. Perhaps it causes us a lot of pain. See if we can come up and really, on the inhale, come up closely to it, really feel it. Be with it, like a friend. Be with the pain, noticing if it's sharp pains, dull ache, hot, a cold hot. Really come closely into these felt experiences, moment to moment. And then we can exhale and release. Invite an opening and releasing of any tight, painful place. Just invite it to release and soften. We tend to anticipate pain in our body, in our thoughts, and that can make the actual discomfort worse. It's worse in our mind, and that tension then creates even more pain in the body. So when we can invite a release for our painful pockets in our body, it will create more ease, more softness, a little less discomfort using these practices. Coming up through the rib cage, through the lungs, through the spine on the back body, up to the clavicle bones, the full lung, through the rib cage, through the chest area, the heart area, shoulder blades on our backs. Breathing in, coming in directly into the felt sense of the body, any discomfort, any pain. Be curious about it. And then release. Invite a softening. Invite easing within the body, using our alert, soothing focus, our own focus of the mind. Come up through the shoulders, down the arms into the hands. Noticing through our hands, through our wrists, up in our shoulders, maybe our elbows. Find a pocket that's really tight, very painful, an injury, something going on. Can you come up really closely to it, using your focus? Offer it kindness and care, and then releasing, softening, exhaling, letting go, inviting a letting go of tightness and pain within various specific parts of the body. Breathing in through the neck, through the head, through the forehead, around the eyes, coming up through our head, really feeling through our throat, maybe the back of the neck, forehead, maybe the jaw, around the eyes. Finding a very specific place that we can offer ease and support for ourselves from the inside out. Breathing in, really feeling it, coming more closely to it. And then after we experience it and kind of touch in very closely to any discomfort, releasing, making an exhale, an intentional exhale to release and let go. We tend to criticize and get frustrated in our thoughts about our pain. And this critical nature actually only exacerbates the pain. When we can make this switch, this subtle but very effective switch to being curious about our discomfort and our pain, finding a direct connection to it with our focus, using our focus to really feel, notice how the changes happen even within these pockets of pain. They don't stay consistent even though our mind tells us they are. We start to notice the nature of our pain in very specific ways, and they become more workable. We become more accepting. We become kinder, even in our thoughts, toward our pain. And it really helps to ease and soothe and release some of the struggle, some of the resistance in our thoughts, and our resistance to feeling and accepting that we're human beings and we experience pain. I encourage you to use these two techniques of either a full body kind of an experience or a very specific tapping kind of an experience on these places of pain, and really embrace your pain with a little bit more kindness and care in your thoughts and in your own focus and care, and offer some relief for yourself in a very, very important and meaningful way. It's always such a gift and a pleasure to share practices, especially in releasing the struggles and the pain and the discomfort that we all experience as humans. I wish you the best of health and ease and comfort today. Thank you very much.